Hello everyone, we are Group 3. Our group chooses the welfare system in European countries as the main social issue we need to talk about in this presentation. There are mainly 3 movies which cover this issue: The Square, Sorry We Missed You, and I, Daniel Blake. After analyzing how these 3 movies criticize the welfare system, we take UK in real life as an example. Then we make some comparisons with the situation in Hong Kong. Now let's talk about the details which can be seen in these films. The Square. The Square uses humor and irony to critique the Swedish welfare system, particularly the contradictions and hypocrisies of the system. For example, Christian tries to get his stolen phone by himself instead of finding the police, which can be seen as a mistrust of the welfare system. In another scene, Christian's museum puts on an extravagant charity gala to raise money for the homeless in Stockholm. However, the event is filled with wealthy donors who are more interested in socializing and showing off their wealth than actually helping those in need. The event ultimately becomes a parody of how the wealthy and privileged ignore the poverty and inequality that exists in their own society. Overall, The Square is a scathing critique of the contradictions and hypocrisies of the Swedish welfare system, as well as the attitudes and behaviors of those who benefit from it. Sorry We Missed You. Sorry We Missed You talks about the problems in terms of workers having no job security, no benefits, and no union protection under the welfare system. For instance, Ricky is under constant pressure to meet his delivery targets and being penalized for any mistakes.
Get those parcels out of your van and that's you landed with a sanctioned personal my for sake. You will pay through the nose for this.
And this shows the harsh realities of life in the gig economy. Besides, people here are working with the company instead of working for the company.
You don't work for us, you work with us.
Which means employment regulations are not applicable to them.
There's no employment contracts, there's no performance targets, you meet delivery standards. There's no wages, but fees. Is that clear?
Yeah.
People have to take full responsibility for their work because of lacking minimum wage, employee insurance, employee welfare, and personal or sick leave. What's more, there is also a plot that Ricky is forced to choose between working or save his sons from having crime record, with the threat of losing his job if he chooses the latter. This shows how the system places the burden of responsibility on the individual, rather than providing support and assistance. I, Daniel Blake. I, Daniel Blake shows the critical film of the UK's welfare system in several ways. The film portrays the welfare system as a complex and confusing bureaucracy that is difficult for ordinary people to navigate. This is evident in the scenes where Daniel is asked to fill out forms and attend appointments, which are often unclear and overwhelming.
It's just so bloody confusing, all the jargon. I mean, there must be some mistake. I'm just going round and round in circles.
Additionally, the film highlights the dehumanizing nature of the welfare system and how it treats people as mere numbers or statistics. This is evident in the way that Daniel is treated by the government contractor during his assessment, which is impersonal and lacking in empathy. What's more, the film also critiques the way in which the welfare system punishes those who are unable to work rather than supporting them. This is evident in the way that Daniel is denied ESA despite his heart condition, which makes it impossible for him to work.
And if you are sanctioned, you must continue to look for work and sign on. If you don't, you may be sanctioned again. And it's likely to be for 13 weeks on the second occasion and thereafter, and likely to be the maximum of up to 3 years.
In general, I, Daniel Blake is a powerful critic of the UK's welfare system and how it fails to support those who are most in need. The film highlights the complexities, dehumanization, and punitive nature of the system. Let's take UK in real life as an example. The unemployment population in 2020 is 2.65 million people, amongst them over 1 million young people are unemployed. We believe there are several factors: high cost of retraining, low salary, and some personal reasons. The potential problem we can see is that long-term unemployed people need longer training time. However, let's make a comparison with the situation in Hong Kong. Hong Kong provides various types of allowances, training, and money are separated into different schemes. There are mainly three aspects. Number 1. Simple application can be made for a $10,000 temporary jobless allowance. You can apply online or offline at 5 centers, as well as have a chance to work in Hong Kong for a month. Number 2. 100% personal loan guarantee scheme, which can be approved within 1 to 3 days. The maximum previous salary is $10,000, and the maximum loan is $100,000. Number 3. Comprehensive Social Security Assurance. You can apply for this allowance online or offline, or even by phone. Therefore, after making a comparison, we came up with mainly 3 possible solutions. Number 1. Improve the week's work trial for personal experience. Number 2. Open training courses such as interviews and practical skills. Number 3. Apprenticeship, maybe with salary. In conclusion, the welfare system difficulties in European countries, particularly the United Kingdom, is fairly substantial. These 3 films all illustrate the gap between the goals of social welfare and the reality of how it is administered and used in modern society. And they all urge for a more compassionate and empathic approach to social welfare. And this is the end of our presentation. Thank you.